Hey everyone, it's Candy from Sisterhood Yoga coming to you tonight to talk a little bit about the Swiss ball, also known as the fit ball or the fitness ball, and why these things are so wonderful to use in the prenatal period as you get ready for your labor and move through your pregnancy. So they're just really nice to have in your living room. They're really nice to come to help stretch out the body and really relax and release not only through the hips and through the glutes and through the legs, but also through the pelvic floor. They're also really nice to have in your labor. So this is a really nice piece. A lot of hospitals have these. If you're doing a home birth, make sure that you have one, because they're really great to use then as well as a support as you labor to get down into those wonderful squatting positions that we talk about so often. So starting off, when you purchase an exercise ball or a Swiss ball, it's important to make sure that you're getting a size that is going to be able to blow up large enough for how tall you are. And they all have limits and or expected heights on how tall you should be and or how big the ball can be blown up. And so finding one that's going to fit for your size, and then when you blow the ball up, making sure that you get it high enough or round enough that when you sit down onto that ball, you can make sure that your thighs are parallel to the ground below you. So your knees can sit over top of the ankles, and my thighs are parallel, so my knees are in alignment with my hips. What you really want to be careful of is you want to make sure that your fit ball is not deflated to a point where your knees are higher than your hips. So that can cause a lot of issue. And so you want to really make sure that you're keeping your fit ball, and they can lose air. So making sure that you keep your fit ball every day to a point where your thighs are parallel to the ground and your knees are in line with your hips. So just like my fit ball is here, and I'll go to the side to show you that as well. So I just blew this fit ball up to make sure that my knees were in alignment with my hips on this fit ball, okay? So once you're on the fit ball, it's really important to make sure that you're sitting up nice and tall and that you are not slouching back or reclining and dumping into your low back. So we find that a lot of people that choose to use fit balls in the classroom, at work, they a lot of times complain of low back pain and then choose not to use their fit ball anymore. And that's because of improper posture and alignment when you're sitting on the ball. So when you sit on the ball, you don't have that solid support of the chair. You're really tapping into the core, and you're really tapping into all of the muscles in the body to help support your body on this ball. So you have to make sure that you're sitting nice and tall on that tripod seating. So the back two corners of your tripod are your sit bones, that you're sitting with your shoulders nice and relaxed, and you're being very aware of not falling back or reclining and dumping into your back, because that's where you're going to have a lot of low back pain. What I really love to do with the fit ball or Swiss ball is just do pelvic circles. That's something you can do at work, because again, sitting in the car, sitting at work puts a lot of stress onto the hips, again, because usually of improper posture alignment. But you can do a hip circle. So this is really great for those prenatal mamas to come home after a long day, or if you have one at work, to do your pelvic circles, drawing circles here. And you can really just roll out doing circles all day. So good for those hips, so good. It's really great for relaxing, massaging through the perineum and relaxing through the pelvic floor. You can roll back and forth, forward and backwards. Again, as I roll the ball forwards, I'm not falling back into a reclined position. I'm still sitting nice and tall. So that's really nice to do. I can stay on my ball, making sure again that I'm really balanced. We don't want to fall off of the ball. So be careful on surfaces that might be a little more slick. And then I can stretch side to side here. So using that ball as my support, I can stretch over, even maybe come into some warrior here. So stretching, maybe doing some warrior on my ball. Rocking back and forth, coming to the other side, maybe doing warrior over here. Again, it's a really nice place to just do some of your really great stretching and lengthening. Again, side to side rocking. Fit balls are also really great to, again, you're working into that squatting position. So this is a really nice position to be in during the pregnancy, but definitely coming into your early and active parts of labor. so that you're coming down low. You can be holding on to your partner, holding onto the wall, onto a bed maybe in front of you, resting your head. You know, lots of different things you can do, really feeling very supported here on your fit ball. I like doing lunges with my fit ball as well. So you can come forward and just lunging into that leg, making sure though that when you lunge forward that your knee sits over top of your ankle and you're not dragging that knee past the ankle. And then you can rest on your fit ball, feeling very supported here. So chest on the fit ball, baby has room here. Again, coming down into those just really nice, deep postures that are going to really help with opening, especially during the labor. So just rocking back and forth, going forward and backwards in that lunge, making sure that you work both sides. And again, the fit ball is just such a supportive prop to use. So handy. I also love just coming down onto the fit ball. So you can come into kind of a low squat here, taking those knees out wide if that is available, and just resting the head on the ball, belly to hang here. This is a really great place to start to release and relax again through the glutes and the hips, the pelvic floor, but then also during labor. This is a really nice place to be. You start to set the pelvis up so that baby can come out easier. You start to set that birth canal up into a position that allows for baby to move out. So a lot of different things you can do. Again, we talked about our squatting here. So squatting on that ball. I just really, really encourage you to get yourself a Swiss fit ball. Again, make sure that it's the right size. Make sure that it's blown up correctly daily so that you don't end up dumping into the back. And then just use it. Put it someplace in your house or at work where you're going to sit on it and you're going to see it and you're going to use it every day, because it's just so great for really releasing and relaxing a lot of that lower body where we are constantly tightening and stressing throughout our day. So I hope that helps you and encourages you to get one of these puppies and use it throughout your pregnancy, and then also use it into your labor. After you come into the postnatal, man, babies love to be bounced on these. This is a really great way a lot of times to help when baby is really fussy and baby is having a hard time calming down. Just the bouncing up and down, again in a nice seated position, is a really great way to comfort baby. So these things you can use for life. I hope that this helps you find a little bit of happy, a little bit of healthy, and I hope that you have an awesome weekend. Namaste.